はい、皆さんこんにちは。ジャップリッシュです。Hello to all my anime-loving Japanese learners. This is a place where you can take your Japanese to the next level using manga. And yeah, as you may know, the new 進撃の巨人, the Attack on Titan, the last book is out, and I just thought it'd be a really good way to start everything off with Attack on Titans. Alright, let's begin. So, the main topic for this part, so this is part 1 of 10, we're gonna first look at the one of the most famous quotes in Attack on Titan. So, this is when Eren has to evacuate the Shiganshinaku, the Shiganshina territory, and he says, 駆逐してやる。この世から一匹残らず。So this one is probably one of the most memorable scenes in the book 1 of the manga series. And we're gonna look at some of the words which are pretty important. So we have 駆逐してやる. Then we have この世から. And then we have 一匹. And then we have 残らず. So throughout all of my slides, I'm gonna try and make sure that I include the hiragana version of the kanji. But sometimes I might miss it. So if I do, just let me know. Okay, so we're looking at 一匹残らずこの世から駆逐してやる. And notice how I've reconstructed the deconstructed version. So we're gonna look at 3 points. So what does 駆逐 mean and how do you use it? And then we'll look at how you say, we'll look at why it's said backwards, meaning why is it deconstructed? And then we'll finally look at the onomatopoeia associated with who. So this was the who that Eren is showing on the right side, the right side image, the top right. And well, I mean, if you look at it, you can sort of see he's kind of angry. So it does relate to that. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Sorry guys, so this is my first one. So, I'm a little bit, a bit shaky, nervous, but don't worry, I think I'll get better in due time. Okay, so what does 駆逐 mean and how do you use it? So, first we have to look at the context. The Titan, the Ogata Kyojin, the big guy, he pretty much, made a hole on the wall in Ellen's hometown. And then all the rest of the small little Titans came in, and then Ellen's mother is eaten, and after that he has to flee town. So, like, what does Ellen feel right now? I mean, if that was me, like, that, I don't think I would be able to describe it. I'm so lucky that I have not been born during the World War, because that would really suck. And I'm sure you would also not want to be born in such a time. So that means that his feelings, his mother was eaten, so it's like, I'm like super angry, it's like, what the fuck, what the hell is going on, it's a lot of things, basically. So, his thought is pretty much, I'm going to drive all these mother effing Titans away from, this land, this world, basically. And that's what the 駆逐する, the verb is, that's what it means. So it's to drive something away from, I guess, your place, basically. Yeah. And then 一匹残らず, 一匹残らず is like, I'm not gonna leave any single one of you guys, meaning I'm gonna kill all of you. I'm gonna get rid of all of you, something like that. And I think I also wrote there that 一匹, notice how he sees the Titans as animals with no heart, no intelligence. So the reason he used 一匹 is because you usually use 一匹 for animals. When you're counting animals, you use 一匹. And we find out later on, obviously, that some of the titans, they have chise, which is like intelligence. But at this point, he looks at all of them as not having any intelligence and that they're just pretty much animals. Okay. And then この世から yeah, is like from this world. But now we have to look at context. The world that Ellen knows pretty much is, well, I guess just like the land that he was born in, where there's walls around him. And then obviously outside the walls, there might be something. So that's the context there. And then also don't make a mistake with 駆逐する with 家畜. If you've been learning Japanese for a while, you might have been familiar with 家畜. 家畜 is a noun and it means livestock. So don't get it misconstrued. And believe it or not, this word also appears in the first manga. Try and see if you can find it. It's also an impactful word, actually. And yeah. Oh yeah, and I'll also explain this scene in my membership. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next slide. So why say it backwards? So Eden was saying 駆逐してやる一匹残らずこの世から right? He was saying it in a deconstructed manner. But the proper way of saying it, the proper sentence would be 一匹残らずこの世から駆逐してやる. Now, why does he say it in a deconstructed way? I think you can understand. I think even in English, like let's say that, well, you get angry or something and you're like, I want to effing kill you or something like that. But then you won't say that. You'd say like, you, whatever, I'm gonna kill you. It's like, I don't know how to say it, but it's like you won't say it as like a normal sentence because it's an emotional sentence. It's an emotional statement, right? And then, well, in Japanese, usually when you're really emotional, you'll bring the verb first. Like, let's say, it's like you're involved, like let's say you hate someone and then he does something bad to you. You're like, I'm gonna kill you, or like something like that. And then in Japanese they would say ぶっ飛ばすお前をぶっ飛ばすぞみたいな something like that. So it's like they bring the verb first, right? So that's the kind of emotion that's in Ellen at this point. So hold on, let me show you. Yeah. So you can see how like every scene is deconstructed. 駆逐してやるこの世から一匹残らず, So yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, and then leaving. Now, when Eren leaves, when he deconstructs and says them, there's a gap, right? There's a leaving of a space there. So what does that do? As you might have maybe learned, like in presentation sort of, I guess, courses or like lessons, usually when you leave a bit of silence, everything gets emphasized a lot stronger, right? So that's what it's doing. So that's what it sort of shows. So there's a lot of passion in the statement. And yeah, I give an example. So instead of saying あなたのことが好きよ, like I like you, あなたが好きよ, you're like 好きよ、あなたのことが, or like あなたが, something like that. So that creates a much more powerful statement. So try that. If you're living in Japan or you have like Japanese friends and then you want to say something like in a really strong emotional way, try saying it backwards. And you'll see how surprised they are. Probably. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So this one is the last slide. Oh wait, is it? Yeah. So this one is the onomatopoeia. Sorry, I don't know how to say the last part. Onomatopoeia. associated with who. So I've brought another manga scene from the Fable Book 1 by Minami Katsuhisa. And then obviously the one below it is Attack on Titan Book 1 by Isayama Hajime. And the one that you might have heard while you're living in Japan or when you're doing your Japanese studies is the sound of blowing. So when something is hot, usually, you're like, you're trying to cool it down, right? With your breath. So that's the type of fu that you might be accustomed to. Now, the one that Eren did, it's like, this is like coming pretty much from like anger. It's like you can't contain yourself and your body's like heating up, you know, you're like in a really like, I'm gonna do something about it kind of state, an emotional state basically. So that's why that is used. And also, I'm not really sure, but yeah, it might be like heavy breathing through the mouth or the nose, or like even maybe like the nose is blocked slightly. So because the nose is blocked slightly, it takes more effort to blow air through the nose. So that's what creates this sound, you know. Yeah. So basically, that's what I think is the case. Yeah. All right, great. I don't know how long it has taken, but we'll see. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for reading till the end. If you enjoyed my content, please consider subscribing to my membership. I have a membership at buymeacoffee.com/Japlish. Now, what you get from being a member, if you like this type of video, you're gonna get all of them. Because for every manga, I'm gonna put about 8 to 10 parts, right? And so they're gonna be individual, separate 8 to 10 videos. On YouTube, for the Attack on Titan Book 1, I'll probably put 3 parts, meaning 3 videos out of the 10 videos that I'm making. The rest of the videos are going to be in my membership, which tells you that there's only a fraction of what I put on YouTube, okay? Of what I have. So it's better if you join my membership. And then I'm gonna give you all the notes in PDF. Yes, you will also be you can get the PDF for this this video for free. But if you join my membership, you can get the other ones as well. And then you can also ask questions. Let's say, you know, for this video, you still have something that you don't understand. You can ask your questions in the members post, the questions section, the questions post, basically. And then I will answer that either by compiling them in a video, or I will answer each one of them, maybe in like a PDF, a note. We'll see how we do that. But basically, I will answer your questions. So yes, you get all of these things because you're my member. Okay, so yeah, if you're interested, please join my membership. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And if this video was really awesome, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, by giving it a thumbs up, you really help the YouTube algorithm, so it pushes the video even more because I want more people to see it. Yeah, and have a good day. Good luck with your Japanese studies. 勉強頑張ってください. Alright guys, see you soon.